All right. Well, good morning, everybody. And today's the first day of February. It's a brand new month. Whatever happened last month doesn't freaking matter anymore. It's a new month. So that means we start from zero again. And I say that because that's how we should approach things when it comes to day trading, right? For me personally, and I know for Taj as well, we're coming into a new month, day number 1. And we're focused on making some base hits today, right? Let's get some green on the board, right? Let's start building that green momentum. Let's score some wins, so that way we can build the momentum for the rest of the month, so that we can make a solid, record-breaking month like we did for January. And I'm pumped to just get things going. So one of the first things that we're seeing is that, the Reddit community and Wall Street Bets, they're pumping up silver. And so the first ticker I want us to look at is SLV. SLV is the Silver Trust, and I'm kind of impressed at the fact that, retail traders can move the silver market. I mean, the silver market is extremely liquid. It is an extremely large market, way greater than GameStop. So the fact that they can move, collectively as retail traders, that we can move silver this way is pretty remarkable. Just shows the collective power of retail traders if we're organized and if we stick to one name or a couple names, how we can move those markets, right? So silver, it's flagging up here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a 5-year high. Let me see. Let me double check that. Yes, this is a 5-year high. So, with that being said, here's the way I see it. If silver fails $27, you can short it. If it breaks above $27.76, you definitely want to be long the name. If you want to get in a little bit earlier, I would say I'll take a long entry at $27.50. I'll put my stops at $27.20. I'm going to keep it very tight. I'm going to give it a 30-cent wiggle room there. And if it breaks out of $27.50, first target is $27.76. If it breaks out of $27.76, then oh boy, we are running. So that's the way I see it on silver. If it breaks 27, I'm putting stops at $27.20, giving it a 20-cent wiggle room on the short. So there's my long idea, there's my short idea. Okay, I like Tilray. Tilray's gapping up like 90 cents right now. It did give away a little bit. It gapped up to 20 bucks. But I like it. There was some good news that came out that they are, I think they got some deal for Portugal for distributing, marijuana in Portugal, or some products. So that's why it's gapping up today. So I like it. It's in play today. So if Tilray breaks above 19.15, I like it for a long, and I'll put my stops at about $18.95. So you're talking about a 20-cent risk on Tilray. If it breaks $18.95, look to see if it can hold $18.75. If it doesn't hold $18.75, then this might just slowly sell off for the rest of the day, and then you could look for a short entry there. So there's the short idea, there's the long idea. I like NEO. NEO reported auto deliveries increased by 352% year over year. NEO is a solid company. They're still demonstrating that they are capable of making deliveries and delivering great products, and the production numbers are looking good. So therefore NEO is being rewarded with this gap up today. The gap up is not that big. It's only $1.80. Keep in mind of all the price target upgrades that NEO has received over the past couple weeks, like $80 from Morgan Stanley. Bank of America came out with a bull case of about over $90 for NEO. So NEO is there's a lot of eyes on it, right? As we all already know, because we've been playing NEO for quite some time. So the way I see it is this: if NEO breaks above like 59.20, I definitely want to be long NEO. My first target will be pre-market high, which would be 59.65. If we could break above that, we're going into the 60 range. But if NEO fails, I would say the 58.70 range, Definitely, if it fails the 58.50 range, it's gonna sell off some more. So you could go in for a short on it. I would prefer not to short Neo on news like today, but you know we trade the chart, so whatever the opportunity is demonstrated, we will take it. So that's my idea on Neo. I want to keep an eye on some silver miners. Some silver miners that I've got my eyes on are ASM. It's a cheap stock, $3. A lot of you guys can get in on this with big size if we find the right entry point. So it closed Friday $1.23. It's gapping up to $3. So if I'm not mistaken, I mean that's like 150% gap up if I'm not mistaken, or probably even more. So the way I see it is this: I would really want to see this rip. So I would prefer if we could see this claim 13-16 range, then I'd feel comfortable maybe going long, putting my stops at $3 and testing that pre-market high of 13.37. If we break above $3.37, sorry. If we break $3.37, then this has more upside. I'd just be a little cautious with it because remember, the silver miners, silver in itself, this is all speculation. You know, nothing fundamental is happening right now. So you just want to be careful chasing these names as well. So I'm not going to jump in and take a trade until I really see the setup. Alright? I just want to throw that warning out there because you can get in thinking that this might rip to $4 or $5 and then you get caught with the stock trading below $2. You know, I just don't want that to happen to anybody. So keep your risk small, keep your stops tight, and if the trade doesn't work out, move on to the next. Alright? So that's just my idea on that one. I like Snap as well. Snap received price target upgrades today. It's gapping up pretty thin today. But if Snap breaks above 54.25, you definitely want to be long Snap. You can probably put your stops at 54. If you want to give it a little bit more room, maybe like 53.75. So you're talking about a 50-cent risk at most on Snap. So I'll keep an eye on this one too. Fubo. I've been swinging Fubo since Friday, and Fubo, if I'm not mistaken, received a price target upgrade today. Yeah, it did. So that's why it's gapping up, along with the market in general just gapping up. I think Fubo is going to be in play for day trade as well. So if we could see Fubo reclaim 47.58, definitely want to be long Fubo. You're going to have to put your stops at around, I would say, like right here, like 46, 45 area, right? So you're talking about $1 risk on Fubo if we can get that breakout. If Fubo fails, and let's just say it sells off, if it doesn't hold $45, I mean, it's definitely going to sell off some more. So you can look for a short entry on Fubo if it breaks that 45. So that's my idea on Fubo. And my last one I'll bring up is Tesla. Tesla, Kathy Woods, you guys should know her by now. We've mentioned her a couple times. She's very well known on Wall Street. She bought more Tesla on Friday, and then this morning, Tesla received 2 price target upgrades from one from Piper Sandler specifically that I want to bring up. $1,200 on Tesla. So that's a $400 upside on the stock that Piper Sandler says Tesla will appreciate to within a 12-month time frame. Because remember, these price targets are 12-month price targets. So that is more than enough reason to give Tesla, a nice gap up on a day like today, 20 points, and it's flagging right now, so which I really like. So you guys know me, I love playing Tesla. Tesla is a really nice stock to play. So if Tesla breaks above $818, I definitely want to be long. I'll most likely put my stops at 812. So you're talking about a $6 risk on Tesla. One contract. If you talk about one contract with a $6 risk, That's probably like a $300 risk per contract. So just keep that in mind, because if you cannot risk $300 per contract, just don't trade Tesla at all. That's just my personal recommendation, right? I don't want you guys to lose or to risk more than you can afford, right? So we want to stick to basics. We want to stick to base hits today. And I'm going to share this flyer again because I want you guys to always keep this in mind, right? What I just shared in the live training room. We want to focus on being consistent, right? So if you can focus on consistency, the bigger picture will be accomplished, right? You want to make 6 figures by the end of the year, you got to be a consistent trader. Don't make those, home run trades one day and then the next day you lose a shit ton. You're gonna be miserable throughout the year, Make those consistent hits, and trust me, you will make good money and you will be a successful trader. I'm a living proof of it. Taj is a living proof of it. So let's just stick to the game plan. And with that being said, Taj, pass it on to you, brother.
Yeah, well put. Starting off a new month, starting off a new week. So, let's do the same we did in January. A lot of us had really good January, so, just keep it consistent. We started off January the same way, base hits, and then eventually the home runs just naturally come to you. So, with a lot of these setups, if any name is outside of your risk parameters, just don't trade it. Stay away from it and choose some other names that are within your risk parameters. So one that I think a lot of people will be able to trade is AG. So this is actually a Canadian silver mining company. So like Alex referenced earlier about some of the Wall Street bet guys coming after silver, this is one of the companies that could rally with it as well. It's currently up nearly 6 points. The pre-market high was 26.50. I believe the all-time high was 26.50, if I'm not mistaken. And on the daily chart, it's actually breaking out of a bull flag breakout. So it did fail a new high here as it hit about 26.50. But if we can reclaim, I say about 25.70. I really like it for a long. The range is a little wider, so you'd have to throw your stops at 24. So there is some range on it. If you want to get early to the party, maybe you can play the break about 24.70. But 25.70, I would have conviction to the upside, right? So just really depends on how aggressive you want to be with this name. But nonetheless, it's holding really nice. What's this low? $22. We have to break to 26. We're having a pullback now, but it's not anything too much to worry about, I would say. It seems like a normal pullback. So I really like it. I'll be keeping a close eye on it. It's going to be on my A list, obviously along with silver itself, SLV. SLV, Alex already went into detail about it, so I won't, kind of harp on it. But definitely, I mean, look at how many shares are being traded during pre-market.
Yeah.
450,000, 600,000, 1.5 million. They're clearly traders putting money in here, right? So with that being said, we gotta participate. Silver, it already does a lot of volume on the day, around 28 million, 30 million, 40 million. But then we've had these spikes of 152 million, 113 million. So I fully expect to see some follow through today. We're gapping up into those highs. So let's see. It's going to be talked about as well. It's going to be covered. So definitely get your hands on some of this. And what's nice about it, it's cheap. It's a name that everyone should be able to play. There are options contracts available on it. So let's keep an eye on it. That's definitely going to be on my A list as well. Another name I'll be watching is Facebook. Facebook received price target upgrades, I believe from Citigroup, if I'm not mistaken, of $320. Let me double check. Yeah, $320. Not too much of a price target upgrade. It was originally at $315, but nonetheless, it is a price target upgrade. There isn't a lot of pre-market action going on as of yet, but I like it long if it can break above around 261. We're kind of consolidating here, but it did have a nice gap up of about 2 points. So Facebook, one of the names, obviously, that was beaten down by the market last 3 days of the week. So, let's see if it can hold this support. And same with the overall market. Let's see if the overall market can hold this level. I think Alex, mentioned it perfectly. It bounced right off the 50 MA, and now we're getting a gap up, right? We're getting some type of support at this level. So, let's see how things want to play out today. I think this week is going to be a really good week to see where we go from here, right? As far as retail traders, the overall market, it's really going to give us a better glimpse into what's to come in the near future. Another name I'll be watching is SRNE. SRNE is gapping up about $1.50. I think they had some good results come out from their stem cells. Fourth patient released from hospital following third infusion of stem cells. So that's really good for them. We're gapping up above the highs of Thursday and Friday. So this was also a reformer runner. SRNE had a really good day on Wednesday. Participated with some of the other big names. So the way I see it, if it can break above around $14.50, you can throw your stops around $14.10, $14 if you want to give it a little wiggle room. And let's see if we can test that pre-market high of around $15.15. If we can, this thing could run.
Yep.
You could possibly test $17 and then some. So, let's see. The volume's pretty solid. It's okay. Not the best of volume, but not the worst. You're getting some 100,000 candlesticks in here. But on average, you're doing about 30K, which is okay. It's a small name. So, overall, pretty solid. Obviously, we've got to keep an eye on NEO today. NEO looks great, especially during the pre-market. The fact that it's been holding this pre-market low here around 58.50, and now you're starting to get some higher lows here, right? Low, higher low, higher low.
Yep.
And let's see if we can get a higher high here. NEO can break out, literally right at this level, 59.20. You can throw your stops at 59. If you want to give it a little more wiggle room, you can throw your stops at 58.70, and let's see if we can get that pop. So NEO is also going to be at the very, very top of my list. There was one other name. Oh, Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic is also a name that I want to watch. It's been moving quite a bit during the pre-market hours. We had a close Friday of 44.29. We're currently gapping up above $47, so we're getting about a 3-point gap up. We're right near, about 2 points away from Friday's high, where we had that steep sell-off. But nonetheless, I just really like Virgin Galactic because it's moving. Anytime space is moving, it's a good name to trade, whether you're trading it to the upside or to the downside. I believe they had some news come out about their next flight window. Test flight of its Spaceship 2 Unity. So that's obviously some good news for the stock. They're getting some, that's what they're involved in. Are launching rockets into the air. So anytime you can get that to happen, it's going to help out the stock. So the way I see it, if it can break out above around $48, you can throw your stops. Let's see, around 47, 47.30, and see if we can test that pre-market high of around 49. If we can break out above 49, I think we'll definitely see 50, and then after that, our next resistance level is 52. So space has a lot of room to run. We just actually need to see it follow through with the pre-market jump up. Now, if it breaks down below this low here around 46.40, you can play it short. 30 stops at 47.30, and see if you can test around $45. That's the next level of support that I'm seeing here. So definitely going to be in play as well. That's going to be around my A list, so I'll be keeping a very close eye on that. And then also on my B list, I'll just be keeping an eye on some of the names that were moving last week. BlackBerry, right? Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY, BBBY, NOK, GameStop, maybe. I don't know. The contracts on the spreads are a little too crazy. Rocket. Just a lot of the names that were moving last week, because at any moment, whether they lift trading restrictions on it, whatever it may be, you could have some news pop off and see these names move. So I'm definitely going to be keeping a very close eye on that. AMC is, going to obviously be on the A list today. It's actually breaking out a bull flag right now. So yeah, you can play it long here. Stops at 16 bucks. But let's see what they want to do, right? If the momentum has died out, or if this is only the beginning of round 2. So AMC, definitely out of all the names that were former runners, looks the best. In my opinion, AMC has a nice gap up, over a $3 gap up. And here's the thing: the high, at least recently, was 2036. So I mean, there's a realistic chance that we could actually test that level today, right? If we can get some momentum and break out of this high around $18, the pre-market high. Volume looks excellent on AMC. Every single candle is doing like 1 million shares.
Yep.
Per candlestick during the pre-market hours. So there are a lot of market participants in here. So I would highly recommend to have this at the very top of your list, and look for the opportunities. Like I said, it is breaking out of a bull flag, so we may have to be a little patient out of the gates and wait for a better entry. But I'm hoping we can maybe get a quick sell-off and then look for a re-entry within the open in 5-10 minutes. That'll be the best setup that I see out of AMC now that we're getting a breakout. But other than that, man, that's my list. We have a lot of names on the board today, so just pick 2 to 3. Keep an eye on them, and keep things small, guys. Go for the base hits. Don't try to just because you see AMC running, you throw the whole kitchen sink at AMC because it's a prior runner.
Right.
Be very careful with doing that, because that's how you get burned in this game. Keep it consistent, and just let the trade take care of itself.
Yes, sir.
Rather than hold it.
Exactly. Don't try to be a millionaire today. I see a lot of people on Twitter, posting their P&Ls from GameStop, and it's giving everyone the biggest set of FOMO I've ever seen. And I've spoken to a lot of people where they're like, "Man, I wish I loaded up on GameStop. I would have been a millionaire by now." Like, okay, sure, but it didn't happen. So don't try to make AMC the next GameStop, and then next thing you know, AMC drops to fucking $5. And then you're kicking yourself in the ass. So just take a breather, guys. We'll make money, but we gotta find the right setup, and don't throw the kitchen sink at any name like Tosh said. So with that being said, Fubo is about to break out of pre-market high, so that's looking good. And everyone on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow.